What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Join me in front of my 350Z back on the channel. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting, wondering where it's been. She's fine. She was in the Max Power reunion video, took away the Stafford, but unfortunately it's that time of year again, MOT, and of course she's failed. This time on something a bit structural underneath the car, the chassis support brace thing on the front. So yeah, today I'm going to be showing you how to remove that and replace it with one of the new ultra racing nice fresh looking whatever you want to call it, W brace, front chassis brace. So yeah, let's get on and do that. This is the brace, and as you can see it's very rusty. I jack up the car and put the subframe on the axle stands. All the bolts are 14mm, 2 at the front and 3 at the back on both sides, apart from the two 19mm holding on the compression arms, but these are nuts instead of bolts. First I took the 14mm and began cracking loose all the bolts. They are extremely rusty and extremely tight. I'd recommend starting with some WD-40, the fast release penetrant is extremely good, and if failing this, well, a flamethrower is always fun. I used a breaker bar to crack them loose. Break it loose, then tighten, and then loosen and tighten. This helps to break the rust seal and not snap the bolt head. Although not shown here, the 19mm were extremely tight, and I didn't want to risk breaking the studs they attached to, so I used my impact instead of the breaker bar. I continue to break loose the remaining bolts. I do the same on the other side. The brace then drops off. This is the brace out and on the floor, and you can clearly see there is areas of structural failure on both sides, and it's pretty bad. Here's the old one and the new ultra racing brace next to each other. It looks a lot better, and it is also a hell of a lot lighter. The hardest part of doing this on your own is getting all of it to line up, but a bit of jiggling around and I finally got it. It's then a simple case of replacing all the bolts and tightening them down to manufacturer specifications. Here is the new brace all installed and ready to go, and it looks proper sick. Now let's go for a drive and see how she feels. Right guys, so first proper drive after installing the brace and actually going and getting the car MOT'd, because that's what it failed on. It's safe to say it's now passed, and the first thing I've noticed is just how much more responsive the front end is. I mean, it was responsive before, but it just feels tighter. And that's not even an over exaggeration. Like, everything I do to this car does make it just a little bit better, and you know, you're going to get that. The car is 20 years old, but I'll tell you, doing these sort of braces and this chassis stuff, it really livens the car up. It just feels tighter. It holds the road a lot better. And another thing I've noticed, there is no more clonk. I had a really annoying clonk before, and I always thought it was the exhaust hitting on something, but it appears that maybe, yeah, the fact that that brace had rusted to the point where it was not structurally sound anymore, that's why it failed the MOT. Maybe that's what was causing the clonk, and that's probably why the car didn't feel as nimble up front. So yeah, I've just brought you out on the drive so you can sort of see, well, I know you can't really feel it, but it's a hell of a lot more nippier in the corners. I like it. It's the turn-in so much more responsive. I feel like I'm actually steering the car rather than, you know, just sort of making it go in a direction. It's actually really improved it, and I definitely recommend one of these ultra racing braces. Really good value for money. Really tidies the underside of the car up a lot. Oh, every time I get in this car, it's just an electrifying driving experience. It's so raw and visceral. Every time I drive this car, it is so nice. It probably helps that I don't drive it every day, so when I get back in it, it's fresh, it's new. But I tell you, I love this car to bits. It is so nice, and I've improved it so much over the 5 and a bit years, which, believe it or not, I have owned it now. So yeah, guys, hope you really enjoyed this video, doing a bit more on the 356. I know a lot of you guys were starting to wonder where the car had gone, and obviously the last time we'd seen it was in the Max Power reunion video, which I am going to next year, and there's a lot more plans with this car to make it, well, it felt underdressed at that show. So yeah, there's a few plans coming to make this car look a hell of a lot better. But apart from that, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Really recommend the Ultra Racing brace. Definitely recommend getting one. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the channel, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.